She's so pretty.
Lovely to meet you, sir.
Lucifer became an instant fan favorite when he appeared in Hazbin Hotel. Voiced by the legendary Jeremy Jordan, Lucifer has some of the best lines and songs in the series. He's endearingly sweet as he tries to mend his relationship with Charlie, and his willingness to help her achieve her dreams no matter the cost has earned him a revered position in the audience's hearts. However, a recent theory online gives another reason for Lucifer to be everyone's favorite character. In today's video, we'll determine if Lucifer knew Vaggie was an angel, how and why he chose to keep her secret.
So, once that's out of the way, it should be much smoother sailing.
Well, that certainly is something.
Number 1. Their first meeting. Lucifer and Charlie have a strained relationship when they meet again in Dad Beat Dad. Charlie claims that her parents' separation led to Lucifer having an absent role in her life. In her eyes, he only calls when he's bored or needs something. Lucifer believes that he doesn't have a place in Charlie's life and that she doesn't need him. Their misconceptions about the situation lead to a tense reunion where Lucifer does everything he can to gain Charlie's approval without agreeing to her plan to meet with the angels. When he arrives at the hotel, he's introduced to Charlie's friends, including Vaggie. Lucifer doesn't know that Charlie's seeing anyone, let alone another woman. However, Lucifer is supportive, giving an awkward display of solidarity by saying he likes girls too before pulling Vaggie into an embrace. He may get her name wrong, but he does remark on how pretty she is. Lucifer's introduction to Vaggie is wholesome, but a blink and you miss it moment feels peculiar now that we know Vaggie is a former exorcist. After they embrace, Lucifer's hand lingers mid-air as if he's reaching for something on Vaggie's head. The only instance we learn of in the series of an angel falling to hell is with Lucifer himself. His fellow deadly sins, introduced in Hell of a Boss, may also have heavenly ties, but Vaggie could be the only former angel Lucifer knows is living in the Pride Ring. His raised hand likely meant he was looking for her halo before realizing she lost it when she fell. Before deciding not to mention it, he struggles to adjust to his new life in hell and likely expects Vaggie to experience something similar.
Oh, yes, of course! This is Vaggie. She's my girlfriend.
Number 2. Angels recognizing angels. There's also the possibility that Lucifer had Vaggie figured out from the moment he saw her, as angels appear capable of recognizing one another. In Welcome to Heaven, Vaggie hesitantly returns to her former home to support Charlie. Unfortunately, her fears come true when she's singled out by Adam and Lute. Adam claims he would always recognize one of his exorcists, but he knew who she was after briefly passing her in the street. However, Adam may have had a close relationship with Vaggie because he viewed her as one of his best soldiers. After they left her behind in hell for refusing to kill a child sinner, he and Lute likely held a grudge for feeling betrayed by one of their own. Vaggie also looks similar to the other exorcists. The military legion shares the same gray-shaded skin and is made entirely of female-presenting angels. If Vaggie's angel appearance was side by side with a photo of Lute, the pair would look like sisters. Although Vaggie has lived in hell for some time before her reunion with Adam, he still manages to recognize her despite her altered appearance. Angels, fallen or otherwise, may all maintain an aura that makes them recognizable to one another. If that's the case, Lucifer would recognize another fallen angel's presence the moment he entered the hotel for the first time. Although Adam leads the exorcists in the modern day, the military group may have existed in some form when Lucifer still lived in heaven. The angels could have had other enemies at the time, or the exorcists may have had more humble origins where they dedicated their time to keeping heaven a peaceful place to live. Former exorcists may have maintained similar appearances to their modern sisters, which would give Vaggie's origins away to anyone who knows what an exorcist looks like beneath their mask.
This next part is gonna be scary. You ready?
I'm ready. 'Cause you'll be with me.
Number 3. Angelic weapons and fighting style. The exorcists appear as a driven and malicious military force. They have high expectations placed on them by Adam, Lute, and Sarah, as they all hope to quell the exponential numbers of demons in hell. Many of them fear an uprising, while others enjoy the thrill of the hunt each extermination day. Adam and Lute are of the latter mind, as they would murder sinners without a second thought, finding fulfillment and taking pride in their work. They're so dedicated to their role in heaven that any hesitation is viewed as sinful. When Vaggie allows a child sinner to escape, Lute takes one of her eyes as punishment and cuts off her wings. Vaggie is abandoned in the alleyway where her former colleagues attacked her. Thankfully, she's found by Charlie, which begins their love story. Although Vaggie has no choice but to live in hell, she quickly adapts to her new environment by relying on Charlie and depending on her former military training to keep her safe. Vaggie's a co-owner of the Hazbin Hotel, helping Charlie manage their new business because she genuinely believes souls can have redemption. However, that doesn't stop her from staying on her guard and warding off any threat she encounters. Throughout the series, Vaggie relies on a specific staff and knives when whenever danger is near. She pulls her staff in Dad Beat Dad when the loan sharks attack the hotel, which would allow Lucifer to see her favorite angelic weapon. It's always possible that Vaggie found the abandoned staff after an extermination and chose to take it for herself. However, her fighting style remains angelic, which gives her origins away in Hello Rosie. When Vaggie approaches Carmilla for help, she's quickly called out as a former angel. Carmilla shows Vaggie how to defeat her former sisters by training with her. During their fight, she points out all the weaknesses Vaggie has during the fight, indicating that those same openings and advantages will apply to the exorcists. She also mentions that Vaggie's preference for an angelic weapon was a dead giveaway. If Lucifer didn't know Vaggie was a fallen angel right away, then, like Carmilla, he should have caught on when she prepared for a fight.
All of you, get a safe distance. I'll take care of this.
No, my dear, leave it to me.
Number 4. Lucifer's knowledge. As the king of hell, it's probable that Lucifer has access to a wealth of knowledge. We learn in Overture that Lilith took a more active role in turning hell into the kingdom it is, complete with 7 distinct rings and modern systems. Lucifer struggled to adapt to his new environment as he tried holding onto his dreamer state of mind after the fall. When meeting with Charlie in Dad Beat Dad, he's cynical about sinners in hell, claiming they're not worth Charlie's time or sympathy. Interestingly, his attitude toward demons is different from how he regards Vaggie, which includes calling her pretty and hugging her. Although Lucifer appears to resent his occupation and prefers to live as a shut-in, he still has obligations and powers, unlike anyone in hell. He is who negotiated with heaven to prevent the exorcist from killing hellborn demons. His choice was likely a desperate bid to keep Charlie safe so she would never feel threatened by the same people who hurt him. He also has enough sway to get Charlie a meeting with heaven. The meeting is especially impressive because it's obvious how much Sarah disapproves of Charlie's presence in the Hazbin Hotel. Lucifer also maintains some of his angelic powers, making him one of the strongest entities in hell. He summons these strengths during his confrontation with Adam, barely breaking a sweat before rendering his opponent incapable of fighting back. While no one knows what gets a soul into heaven, it's obvious which types of acts would have a human soul condemned to hell. As the king, Lucifer may have records of all his citizens, hellborn or otherwise. Although he's not looking to see the new human souls or hellborn children who enter hell by the hour, he may have access to logs with the information. After he visited the hotel, Lucifer could have searched for Vaggie's name through the records to learn more about the woman dating his daughter. As Vaggie isn't hellborn or formerly human, her records would be different than other demons in hell.
Charlie, dear, why don't you introduce me to your other friends?
Although Lucifer has only known Vaggie briefly, it's possible he knew her deepest secret from the moment they met. More importantly, he accepted her into his family despite knowing she was an angel like him, someone who may have scorned him during her former life in heaven. Lucifer's willingness to protect Vaggie's secret identity speaks volumes, as he may have seen some of himself in her. Lucifer once loved heaven and never settled into his new life in hell. He could feel sympathetic for Vaggie, viewing her as a kindred spirit. Now that he's entered Charlie's life again, including an office in the rebuilt hotel, Lucifer and Vaggie will have more time to interact with their former experiences in heaven, providing the perfect conversation topic.
Hey, Dad.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
It's good to see you too, Dad.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
Welcome to the Hazbin Hotel.